Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. How are you today? So, I'm always booked up for at least a week, sometimes a lot more. Just depends. So, anyway, I don't remember if I've read for you before, so I just give a little, just a quickie because I think you've seen enough, what's going on. But don't forget, they don't tell us what we want to know. They tell us what we need to know. They will not give me all the details. They'll give me enough so you understand what they're talking about because the in between is none of my business or anybody else's. Just so you know, this is not an exact science. So we might have to stretch it outside the box a little bit, depending on how he shows me pictures or whatever he says. He'll talk to me, but he'll also show pictures. And he came in with he came in like wanting to hold, like, grab this side, but yet I feel like it was something on this side and that spun him around. I don't know if he got shot or they don't they don't usually show me exactly the scene when they pass because I've seen such horrific ones. So I don't know if I blocked it or they just decided it was best for me not to see it anymore because some of them were really tough. So he's talking about this side, like where the heart is, and yet I feel like something like hit him here and spun him around and then he dropped to one knee is what he's showing me. I'm not if he's going to show me anymore. It's up to him. This is his show. He can tell me whatever he wants. He said he says, yeah, it hurt for a minute. Just a minute. Um Wrong place, wrong time. I fucked up. It was just kind of weird. Me asking something. I asked him why it was weird. And he said just the way it went down. Um, just weird. Like he was confused. Like he's confused as to why this was happening. Like he didn't know this was going to happen. Like like he was really puzzled about why is this why. It's almost like somebody else is manhandling him. Did he hit his head on the ground too? I don't know exactly what he's showing me. Somebody else there. Two somebody else's. And there could have been more. Just show me two. And then they took off running. So I don't know. I don't know how he passed. I'm seeing blood. Oh, see, I've asked him not to show me this stuff. Like, like maybe he was caught up in something that he shouldn't have been. Because now a man with a uniform arrives. I'm assuming it's a policeman. I see a gun on him. Let's get off of this. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to ask him something. Give me just a second. He says they're not caught, or at least they weren't at that time. So he told me that when he left, that there was a grandmother type figure, and I always say type figure because the lady next door can feel more like a grandmother than your blood grandmother across the country. So I always say type because it's the feeling, it's not always the blood connection. She was kind of small, older when she left. Got the gray hair. Um, she was there to pick him up. There was also a father type figure, but I feel like he would maybe be more like a grandfather age, but maybe he felt more like a father to him, maybe had more of a father son relationship with him than grandfather, but he's older. He was older. They were there in spirit, not physically. So he felt safe. He knew he was where he was supposed to be when he left. And he kept looking back. He kept looking back like, is this really happening? Am I really going here? Or am I supposed to go back? So I don't know if he hung on for a little bit. He was questioning which way he should go. But they said, no, you're supposed to go with us. It's your time. And it's okay. Now he's showing himself. He doesn't look like the type to do this, but he's showing himself in a field of wildflowers and he's jumping around and it's like, woo! It looks totally out of character from his picture. But he's showing how happy and free he feels and that he's fine. He's he says that he's showing these wild, and I mean the whole field is wildflowers and he's just kind of like a ballerina jumping up in the air with a big old smile on his face. He's being funny. Totally would not expect that from him. But he says that you've smelled like wildflowers. So it's not a particular flower, but it's the scent. Like if you walk through a field of flowers and you got all those smells. And he says honeysuckle. So every so often you're going to get a whiff of that and it just kind of, it'll go by. And you could be in the store, your car, your house, it doesn't matter. And that's him dropping in to say hello. So let him know, I know that's you, I love you, and please bring me more signs if you want them. Validating. So he knows that you understand that's him. And coffee, smell of coffee. That will be, and something about a boom in your house, like something dropped or something fell. kind of like a, I don't know exactly what type of noise for sure, other than kind of a boom, like, and it usually doesn't happen when you're in the same room as the noise. It'll usually be like in, you'll be sitting in the living room, and you might hear it in the kitchen or something like that. Oh, he says bathroom, bathroom, kind of like a big boot dropping and hitting the floor. But I don't think it'll be exactly that noise. They usually show me. He said, thank you for being his friend. He said, I appreciated it more than I showed you, more than I let you know. He says, you're a hoot. You're a hoot. Appreciate those around you. You never know when they're going to be gone. And he's wagging his finger at you. He says, don't forget that. Don't forget that. He's talking about divine timing. This is okay. This is as it should be. This is as it was supposed to be. And we, from what I've been taught, we come into this life with a certain timeline when we're going to leave, an exit point. Could be when you're day old, could be when you're 100 years old. So he was in his timeline to leave, and this is how he chose to do it. So there's always lessons around them leaving at a certain time for those people, whatever they're going through in their life at that exact moment. There's always a lesson to be learned in the surrounding things that surround us. He says everything happens for a reason. So he says, don't forget to hug those around you. And he's talking about a particular person, a particular male that he says you need to go hug. Don't feel like it's an older person. That he's wanting you to go hug, but he's not telling me if he's related to him or just a friend or related to you. He's not. Oh, somebody very close to you, older. Anyway, they always make my head itch when they get real close. He says that you have helped pick up some of the pieces that after he left. You helped pick up some of the pieces for other people. Don't know exactly what he means by that, but I think you will. And he's thanking you for that. He's thanking you for helping pick up some of the pieces. He said there was a lot of pieces. He says, I know it was kind of a mess. And I love you for it. You were more of a rock for me than you knew. I paid attention to what you said. I may not have done what you said, but I paid attention to what you said. More than you know. He said, I appreciate you. He's talking about somebody having one of his stocking caps. I think he had one on in the picture. I don't remember now. That they're kind of keeping as kind of holding it close like a memento, like a souvenir. Not souvenir. He knows that, and he appreciates that that person cared enough that they wanted that and that they got that as a keepsake. Whoever's got it, they touch it, and they kind of hold it close. I'm sorry for what I did to my family. He says, please remember me in the happier times, not not some of the other stuff. Please remember the happier times, the laughing. He's standing there it's like he's maybe at a bar or something. I see a pool table. He's holding a pool cue and he's laughing. He says, remember the happier times. Remember those fun times. Don't remember some of the other stuff I did. And with that, he's actually blowing you kisses. He goes, I'll be around. I'll be around. You'll know. Don't forget to smell the flowers. No. He keeps saying, fuck them. I don't know who he's talking about. Fuck them. I kept telling him, I'm not going to say that. And he goes, yes, you. And he kept saying, tell him, say it, say it. So I don't know who he's talking about. So I'm guessing you will know. Or he would say more. Said, just fuck him. Let it go. Okay, he's leaving, blowing you kisses. Thank you, my dear, for allowing me to be his voice. I hope it answered a little bit. If, let me know. See you later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Much love to you.